सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणश्चक्षुश्रोत्रमथो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्म उपनिषदं माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्त्वनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरते यौपनिषत्सु धर्मास्ते मयि सन्तु ते मयि सन्तु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओमित्येतदक्षरमुद्गीतमुपासीत ओमिति ह्युद्गायते तस्योपव्याख्यानम् संकल्पो वावमनसो भूयान् यदा वै संकल्पयते अथ मनस्यति अथ वाचमीरयते तामुनाम्नीरयते नाम्नि मन्त्रा एकं भवन्ति मंत्रेषु कर्माणि मंत्रेषु कर्माणि एकं भवन्ति। All the karmas, all the rituals ekam bhavanti, they get included. They become included. They are covered by the mantras. Mantra prakashitani karmani kriyante. So in what way? Mantra prakashitanam eva karmanam anushthanat. So when it is said that all the karma, the rituals get included in mantra, means mantra is superior to karma. In what way? So what is the relationship between mantra and karma? That mantra is said to be superior to karma. Mantra prakashitanam eva karmanam anusthana. Because only those rituals gadavad shabadi. So only those rituals are performed which have their origin which are illumined by the mantras. So mantra prakashitanam eva karmanam anusthanat tadantarbhavoktehi. Because only those rituals which are revealed by the mantras are performed, therefore it is said that the karmas get all included in the mantras. So Bhashyakara said, mantra prakashitani karmani kriyante na amantrakam asti karma. Mantra prakashitani karmani eva kriyante. Only rituals which are revealed by the mantras, they alone are carried out, or they alone exist. There are rituals, there is no ritual that is na amantrakam karma asti. There is no ritual which does not have its source in mantra. There is no ritual or karma which is not prakashitam, revealed or illumined by karma. Therefore, whatever rituals are performed are invariably those which are revealed by mantras. So Anandagiri asks, Katham karma na mantrakam iti uchyate. How do you say that there is no karma or ritual which is not originated from mantra? Brahmana bhitasyapi karmana darshanat. Because we find many rituals which are in fact enjoined by the Brahmana section of the Veda. Anena sadhanena anena kartra so agnihotram juhyat swargakama ityadishu. Swargakamaha agnihotram juhyat. One who is desirous of swarga should perform agnihotra. So when we find this karma vidhanam, when we find this kind of vidhi in the Brahmana section also, tat katham mantra prakashitam karma. Then how do you say that this karma, which is enjoyed by Brahmana section, how do you say that that is also revealed or illumined by karma? Because if you insist that there is no karma which does not have its source in mantra, then the Brahmana has nothing to contribute. So Brahmana vayarthyat. So Bhashyakara yaddi mantra prakashanena labda sattagam tat karma brahmanena idam kartavyam asmai phalaya iti vidhiyate. So the Brahmana section does enjoin ritual. So asmai phalaya idam kartavyam vidhiyate. May one perform this ritual for attaining this outcome or result. So Brahmaneshu karavedam drishyate. We do find the rituals being enjoined by Brahmana. Tathapi tad viniyoga adhikara vidhanam eva. Utpatti vidhistu mantreshu eva. Utpatti, the origination of ritual is in mantra. When a ritual is originated from mantra, then the Brahmana section provides the other relevant information. So it enjoins how to perform that karma. Who is adhikari for that karma? How to perform that karma? What all is required to perform the karma? Anga pradhana sambandha bodhako vidhi. Agnihotra is the pradhana ritual. What are the angas? What are the ancillary rituals? And what are the various materials required? All of that information is provided by Brahmana. So that vidhi is viniyoga vidhi. What other rituals are required and what all material is required. And what devata, etc. Then adhikara vidhi. Who is adhikari? Who is the person fit to enjoy the fruits of the ritual? Then prayoga prasubhavadako vidhi. So prayoga, how to perform that ritual. So we do find the vidhis in Karma Kanda section, Brahmana section also, but they are not Utpatti vidhi. Those vidhis, those enjoyments are not the origination. Not the Brahmana does not tell us something new. Brahmana gives us more information about what is already known through mantras. So what is known through mantras alone is then the Brahmana tells you what is all involved in performing those rituals, how to perform the rituals, who can perform the rituals, etc. So anena sadhanena, anena kartara, asmai phalaya, idam kartavyam. Anena sadhanena, so this is sadhanam. So these are all the ancillaries required. Anena kartara adhikara vidhi. So this sadhanam, anga pradhana bodhako vidhi. So that's vinyoga vidhi. Anena kartara, by this karta or by this person, adhikari vidhi. Asmai phalaya, there is also adhikara. Idam kartavyam. Iti vinyoga dehe. So when vinyoga vidhi, adhikara vidhi, this is what we find, prayoga vidhi. Tatra pratite. Utpatti, the origination happens only in the mantras. Mantreshu cha karma swarupasya pratite. In mantras you find the seeds of the rituals. Agne justam nirvapami prokshami ityadishu. In that you find the seeds of the karma ritual. Tesham tat prakashakatvasya avasyam vaktavyatva. Therefore, you have to accept that it is mantras where the origination of the ritual happens. Then also Anandagiri said, Brahmanasya mantra vyakhyana rupatvat, because Brahmana is accepted as mantra vyakhyanam, an explanation or elaboration of mantra. Atispashta mantra anupalambevi kalpyate mantroktatvam. So even if we cannot trace mantra for a specific ritual, kalpyate, we presume that some mantra must be there somewhere where this ritual has originated. Then Agnihotram Jhot ityado viniyogadi apratitehe utpatti viditvam angikartavyam brahmanasya. So we find that this viniyoga, when it is said Agnihotram Juhoti, suppose this is a statement in Brahmana. So there is no viniyoga involved here, meaning that you do not find that it doesn't tell you about, so anena sadhanena, anena kartara, asmai phalaya, idam, this information is not found there. Agnihotram Juhoti. One should perform Agnihotra. Looks like Utpatti vidhi. Tatrapi hovena kinchit bhavayati samanyena phalasadhanatva pratipattehe. So, then Svarga Kamo Yajeta, there also then bhavana. While performing the ritual, what is it that you should have in mind? That's the result that will come. So, kinchit bhavayati samanyena phalasadhanatva pratipattehe tasyapi na utpatti matratvam. Utpatti is there, but the bhavana also is there. So this we went through yesterday. The idea is that they find that either you find a specific mantra which can be seen as a source of a ritual, or you find the seed of a ritual in a mantra, so you can derive from the mantra. From the mantra itself you can derive that this mantra is the origination of this particular ritual. That connection has to be established. For all the rituals, some connection should be established as to where this ritual originates, from which mantra. Then although the mantras have their relevance, if a mantra cannot be connected with the ritual, it loses the relevance. So far we thought that a mantra has relevance because you find that every mantra has its application in performance of a ritual. Like Purush Sukta, etc., they find their application in Shodasopachara, etc., etc. But here it is said further that the mantras provide the source of all the rituals, and that way the mantras have relevance. As far as the Mimamsakas are concerned, so mantras reveal the nature of devatas, nature of dravya, etc., which are all connected with the ritual. So even if mantra talks about a devata, if it's a hymn addressed to devata like Varuna, like Indra, but then only this mantra is helping the ritual where Varuna is the devata who is worshipped. Indra is a devata who is worshipped. For that Indra is described here. So then that's how this mantra is connected to that ritual. So this is how the whole approach is. So yapi utpattihi brahmaneshu karmanam drishyate. Find that some rituals appear to be originating in Brahmana. Like Agnihotram Juhoti looks like Utpatti Vidhi. Because it doesn't give Viniyoga, it doesn't give any sadhanam, doesn't give any, the adhikari, etc. Then Sabi Mantreshu Labda Sattakanava Karunam Spashtikaranam. So, even when Agnihotra itself is Spashtikaranam. The word Agnihotra, when Brahmana says, that itself is Spashtikaranam, clarification of something that happens in mantra. So if you see the mantra, you can find how what the mantra says means Agnihotra. So this Brahmana passage, when it says Agnihotram Juhoti, then what is Agnihotram? That is found in that mantra. So mantra does not say Agnihotra specifically, it talks about Agni and this and that, and from that you say, Brahmana says, look, this is Agnihotra. And then this is how it should perform, etc. So where you find, like Utpatti, from a statement in the Brahmana section, what may appear to be the origination of karma, that also is an explanation of what is already contained in a mantra, and therefore this is not absolute origination. The idea of Agnihotra came because of a mantra, which talked about something which gave the idea that this is Agnihotra. So mantra may not have mentioned the word Agnihotra, but the way it describes leads you to the understanding that, hey, this is talking about Agnihotra. And that Agnihotra is mentioned in Brahmana. So when Brahmana uses the word Agnihotra, it is only an elaboration of the seed which is there in the mantra. Kvachitchit kevala devata pratityapi karma pratitihi. Only devata may be described. Then also you can see, because this devata is involved in that karma, therefore this karma has its origin in that mantra. Akutimagnim prayujam swaha ityadi shvatah. Yagadana homadi vishesha pratitihi. Then what is yaga, what is dana, what is homa? That's how the vishesha pratiti, specific information is found in the Brahmanas. So karma, you can see the origination. For example, you can see how, what is it? Indraha. So there is a statement like Bhutarthavada, Vritraya Vajram Udayachat. Indro Vritraya Vajram Udayachat. So that is a statement. So there you find the source of the whole katha of Indra and Vritrasura. So many kathas we find in Puranas have their source in the Vedas, in Rig Veda particularly, where you find very brief description. But the root is there. And so Satyam Vada, it may say, and then the whole story of Harishchandra is there. So you say this is an explanation of Satyam Vada. Or the Kenopanishad may give you a katha of how the Yaksha appeared with the Devatas, and so that may be elaborated in a very big story. So big stories found in, elaborate stories found in Puranas. So then Brahmana is like a Purana. So how the Puranas elaborate the ideas contained in the Vedas, so also Brahmana elaborates the ideas contained in the mantra. Somewhere the story is clear and you can see. Somewhere you have to look for it and then you find that here is a seed. So that's how. But in any way, all Puranas must have their source in Vedas. All Brahmana must have its source in mantra. So yaga devata matra shravanyepi yaga prati bhavati eva. Even if the mantra Agni Murda, Chakshushi, Chanda, Surya mention only devatas, definitely because this devata is involved in that particular ritual, therefore there is a yaga. So this is connected to the yaga. Agniridam havihi ajushata ityadi havis sambandha pratite. So Agni is a devata mentioned in the mantra. And Brahmana says Agnihi idam havihi ajushata ityadi havis sambandha pratite. Then this pratit or this mantra is there. And so you see the Agni and havihi are. So in this mantra Agnihi, so idam Agnihi idam havihi ajushata. So Agni offered this oblation, let us say, then Agni and Havihi, they are connect, so that Sambandha Pratit is there. So then Brahmana will give that Sambandha, which will becomes a Vinyoga Vidhi. Agniheham Deva Yajjaya Ityadina se Yagatva Pratitihi. So Sambandha Pratit is there. Yaga Pratiti is there, Yagatva. Evam tatra yatha sambhavam karma pratiti drashtavya iti. So yatha sambhavam, as applicable, you will see how a ritual elaborated in the karma kanda or brahmana has its source in the mantra. This is work done by the research, by the Mimamsakas. So they work very hard to establish all these connections. Iti na mantra prakashitam chaiti karma asti iti bhavaha. So therefore, there is no karma which is not mantra prakashitam, not revealed by mantra. Anyatha sarvatra sakshat karma pratitihi brahmani. Otherwise, sakshat karma you don't find always. You see the seed of the karma. Now continuing. So Bhashyakara said, Nahi karma prakashitam, nahi mantra prakashitam karma kinchit brahmane utpannam drishyate. We do not find any karma which has its origin in brahmana, which is not revealed by the mantra. Meaning that there is no utpatti within Brahmana. Utpatti is only there in mantra, and then Viniyoga, etc. is all there in the Brahmana. So that is how the sections are seen to be related to each other. So then both of them become relevant. Mantras become relevant by giving you the utpatti, the origination of ritual, and Brahmanas become relevant by giving all the rest of the details about the ritual. Then says, ekasyam shakhayam yat karma mantreshu anupalabdham tat shakantariya mantra prakashadam bhavishyati tatra hetvantaramaha. So, ekasyam shakhayam yat karma mantreshu anupalabdham. Now what happens is there are different shakhas. Rigveda is there, Yajurveda is there, Samveda is there. All of them mantra and the Samhita and Brahmana sections. So now, in the Yajurveda Brahmana, you find some rituals enjoined for which you do not find the source in the Yajurveda mantras. Then it is possible that the Yajurveda ritual may have its source in the Rigveda mantra, meaning that all the mantra is taken as one body. So we need not look upon each Veda as independent of others. All the three Vedas are looked upon as one body of knowledge. Just as Bhashyakara looks upon all the Upanishads as one body of knowledge. In that sense, Bhashyakara establishes how all the Upanishads have one theme, one purport. So what one Upanishad says here should be consistent with what the other Upanishad says elsewhere. It cannot be that means all Upanishads must be consistent with each other or with one another. So similarly, all these mantra and Brahmana of all the three Vedas is looked upon as one body of knowledge. So Anandagiri said that ekasyam shakhayam yat karma mantreshu anupalabdham. If in a given recension of the Veda, a ritual cannot be found to have its source in mantra, the shakhantariya mantra prakashadam bhavishyati. Maybe that ritual is revealed by a mantra in another shakha. Iti atra hetvantaramaha. So, what's the another hetu is said? Trai, by what is well known, you see. That's what the other tika said last line. Loka prasiddhitopi mantranameva vidhayakatvam ityaha. Loka prasiddhitaha means it is traditional to look upon all the three Vedas as one body of knowledge. Tri Sankhya Yoga. So Tri means three Vedas, they all go together. Three Vedas go together. Therefore, look upon all the three Vedas as one body of knowledge. And therefore, what may be found here may have relevance elsewhere, and like this you can connect. So on page 306, Bhashyakara says, Trivihitam karma iti prasiddham loke Trei shabdascha rugyajus sama samakhya. Trivihitam karma iti prasiddham loke. Is well known that Trei Vihitam karma, all the ritual is Vihitam, is enjoined by Trei, means the group of three Vedas. What is Trei? Trei Shabdascha Rugyadus Sama Samakhya. The word Trei is actually the name for Rigveda, Yajurveda and Samaveda. So collectively these three Vedas are called Trayi, and this is a well-known thing, known to people in general. So that, as we said, that when people use some word or some expression, some wisdom is contained in that. The fact that people refer to all the three Vedas as Trayi means that there is something common to all of them. They are all interrelated, they are not independent totally. So they are all interrelated. So Prasiddham Loke, Tikakara says, Loka Shabdena Vruddha Vyavahara Itihas Puranadihi Gruhyate. So by Loka, Vruddha Vyavahara. The learned people know, maybe Tom, Dick and Harry may not know, but then, so Vruddha. People who know, so wise people know that. Or Itihasa, Ramayana, Mahabharata use the word Trayi, or Puranas use the word Trayi for referring to three Vedas. So Anagri Tathapi Katham Mantra Prakashitatvam Tatra Trayi Shabdascha Rugyus Sama Samakhya. So Trayi means mantra, how do you say? Because Trayi is a name for Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samaveda. Going to the other Tika, Abhinav Narayana Nandendra, shows how the word Trayi is used in the Itihasa, Purana, etc. Traividyamam somapaha pudapapaha yajneristva svaragatim prarthayante. Traividyaha, those are well versed in the knowledge of three Vedas. Traividyaha. In the Gita, Traividam. So Traividyaha what? Traividaha. So therefore, Traividaha. Traividam yajnikartrutva uktaya. Vihitam karma pratiyate. So Lord Krishna says, Traividyaha. Mam. So, Yajnaištva, they worship me. The knowers of the three Vedas worship me through Yajna. In the Gita-su, Traividam Yajnikartrutva uktaya. So who perform their Soma Yaga? Somapaha, Pudapapaha, those whose minds are purified by drinking the Soma, meaning by performance of Soma Yaga. So who perform the Soma Yaga? Traividyaha, those who are knowledgeable of the Trayi. And so, Traividya or Trayi, whatever. So it is Traividam. The Traividyaha is interpreted as Trayi Vidyaha. So Traividam Yajnikartrutva Uktaya. So Bhagavad Gita says how the Yajna is performed by the knowers of three Vedas. Vihitam karma iti pratiyate. Therefore, the rituals are enjoined by the three Vedas collectively. And then they have their source in mantras collectively. That's how you look at it collectively. Evam trayi dhara manuprapannaha gatagatam kama kama labhante. That trayi is very clear. Evam trayi dharmam anuprapannaha gatagatam kama kama labhante. Kama kama gatagatam labhante. Those who are devoted to fulfilling their desires only gain gatagatam, go to heaven, come back. Thus they always remain in the cycle of birth and death. What is Trayi Dharmam Anuprapannaha? Thus, following the dharma which is revealed by Trayi means three Vedas. Atrapi Trayi Pratipadyo Dharma iti uktam. So dharma is something which is prescribed by Trayi means the three Vedas. So that Gita statement also means Trayi Dharmam Anuprapanna. So dharma which is revealed by Trayi or the three Vedas. So there Lord Krishna uses the word Trayi to refer to three Vedas. So this is all quoted here to show how the word Trayi is known to the people and is used collectively for three Vedas. And evam yaschintyate prayadapani viradvaragnau tarya nirukta vidhinesh havirgruhitva puranepi. Traya nirukta vidhina iti yaschintyate prayadapanivihi. Prayata means one who is sanctified, so clean. Prayadapanivihi. And so, I don't know, though just chintyate, the people having this clean or sacred people who have purified themselves. And with their hands also, advaragnav yat chintyate. Advaragna means the Soma here, in Somayaga. Yas chintyate. Traya nirukta vidhina yas chintyate. So they enjoy vidhi that is provided by the three Vedas. So those who chintyate, it looks like maybe meditation while performing the Somayaga, etc. Havir gruhitva advaragna yas chintyate, or prayadapanivihi, by those having the clean or pure hands. Havir gruhitva, taking the havi, advaragnav, in the fire of the sacrificial fire. Yes, chintyate. Iti traya nirukta vidhina. That's the expression. Iti trayi vihitatvam karmane uktam iti. There also traya, that karma is enjoined by the three Vedas. Nanu iti Vedas trayasтрayeti. So iti nighantu karena. Iti Vedas trayastrayi. This trayah Vedaha trayi. Iti nighantu karena. Trayi shabdasya mantra brahmana samudayatmaka vedavachitvam uktam. So nighantu says the word trayi is what? Mantra brahmana samudayatmaka veda. So Veda, which is samudaya, or the collection of the mantra and brahmana. That's called Veda. So Veda Vachitvam. So what's meant by the word Veda is the samudaya, is a group or collection of mantra and brahmana. That's what the Nighantu says. Tathaja brahmanasya vidhayakatvepi treyi vihitatva prasiddhi ghatate. So tathacha brahmanasya vidhayakatvepi treyi vihitatva prasiddhi ghatate. So that way also the brahmana is the vidhayaka, means the one that enjoins. Then also treyi vihitatva prasiddhi. Then also this also reveals that it is treyi, or three Vedas, because Vedas trayah treyi. Nighantu says trayah Vedaha treyi. Three Vedas are called treyi. From that also we see that the word treyi is used for the three Vedas. So treyi shabdasya rug yajus sama samakhya. So rug yajus samakhya abhidhana vachaka ityartha. Sama abhidhana vachaka. So that the word rug, yajus and sama, so these are names for this treyi. Ayam artha. Ahe buddhiya mantram me gopaya. So some of these brahmanas recite these mantras, Iti mantra shabdena mantra muktva ahe buddhiya mantram me gopaya. Iti he buddhiya mantram me gopaya. So, iti mantra shabdena mantra muktva yam rishas treyi vida viduhu. Which the notes of three they knew. Iti तत्रय शब्दं प्रयुज्य रुचः सामान्य यजुगुंसि तत्र तर्याम रुगादि शब्द so रुगः सामान्य यजुगुंसि. All the three Vedas are mentioned together. तत्र तर्याम रुगादि शब्द प्रयोगात्. For the three then is explained as यजुः सामान्य रुचः सामान्य यजुगुंसि. Then रुगादि शब्दानां mantra, so that word mantra is then referred to as Ruchas Samani Yajumsi. So when it says Ruchas Sama, Rug Veda, Yajurveda, Samveda, what is meant? The mantra section is what is meant. So by the words Rug Veda, Yajurveda, Samveda, the Samhita or the mantra section is meant. Ahe Budnya, mantram me gopaya. So word mantra is used first. And then Ruchas Saman Yajumshi. For that mantra then Rucha Saman Yajumshi means that when this word is Rucha, Rug Veda, Yajurveda, Samveda, when these mantras, words are used in Trayi, it refers to the mantras. Rugadi Shabdanam Mantravachittvasya Tesham Yug Rug. And then what is Rug? Tesham Rug Yatra Arthavashena Pada Vyavastha. So Ruchas or the mantra of Rug Veda have Pada Vyavastha. They are metrical. So they are composed in meters, where Pada Vyavastha. Different meters have different number of letters and different quarters, So all that Vyavastha is there in the Rug mantra. The Gayatri, Ushnik, etc., 7 chandas are there. There is a Vyavastha. How a given meter must have what arrangement of letters, etc. So that is the characteristic of Rug mantras. Gitishu Samakhya. The Akhya, the word Sama, is well known for Giti when those mantras are sung. Sheshe Yaju Shabdhayati. And what is not included in Rug Veda or Sam Veda, they have the designation Yajur Veda. Meaning they do not have a Vyavastha of the meter and they are not sung. Iti sutrahi sadhitatvat. So mantravachittvasya sadhitatvat. That these 3 words, Rug, Yaju, Sama, mean the mantra. Mantram me gopayati upakramya. Beginning from that statement, tatra rugadi shabda prayogena rugadi shabdanam mantravachitva avagamacha. So Trayi shabda mantravachit. So Trayi refers to 3 Vedas and particularly the mantra or the Samhita section of the 3 Vedas. So when Vashyakara says Trayi vihitam karma iti prasiddham loke, the Trayi means what? The mantra section of 3 Vedas. So people know that all the karma, the rituals are enjoined by Trayi. What is Trayi? Rug. So Rug, Yaju, Sama. What are they? The mantras. So that's how the mantras reveal the karmas is well known to people, learned people, as well as Ityasa, Purana, etc. तथा छंदोग ब्राह्मणे भी अग्ने रुचो वाय अग्ने रुच वायो यजुंसी सामानि आदित्यादि उक्त्वा. How अग्ने रुच from Agni the Rug Veda, the Rug mantras came. Vayo yajumshi, from Vayu the Yajur mantras came. Then Adityat Samani, from Aditya the mantra of Samveda came. So this is what, how everything is connected. The whole universe is connected. So from the 3 Vedas came the 3 lokas. The Bhuhu, Bhuvaha, Suvaha. Rug, Yajuhu, Sama. And the Agni, fire is the presiding deity of Bhulokaha. Vayu is the presiding deity of Bhuvarlokaha. Aditya presiding deity of Suvarlokaha. So they are all connected. And so what is it? Traim Tisro Vedaha Tribhunamato Trinapi Suran Akaradyahi Varanahi. So 3 Vedas, 3 worlds, 3 Devatas, they all go together by Akara, Ukara, Makara. So we find all this connection everywhere. So how the whole universe is looked upon as all interrelated, interconnected. So Vedas and the worlds and the Devatas, all of these are all related. So etam Trey Vidyam Abhyatapata, he meditated upon this Trey Vidya, iti Rugadishu Trey Sabda Prayogat. So first Ruchaha Yajumshi Saman it is said, then this is Trey Vidya. Means for Rug Yaju Sama, the word Trey Vidya is employed there, and therefore Rugadishu Trey Sabda Prayogat. The word Trey is used for these three Vedas. तैत्तिरीयेऽपि आदित्यो वा एष एतन्मण्डलं तपतीति उपक्रम्य तद्रुचां मण्डलं स रुचां लोकः स रुचां लोकः स यजुषां लोकः. That's a realm loka of Rigveda, loka of the Yajur mantra, etc. Ityadi iti Rugadi. Itrujo, it should be Rugadi mantran anukramya, not Ugadi but Rugadi. There must be Ru in there. Iti Rugadi mantran anukramya Sayesha Tri eva vidya tapatiti. So this three vidya iti teshu tri shabda prayogat. So starts with Ruga. Rug, Yaju says, then for them collectively the word Tri is used in the Taittiriya also, Brahmana. Vedic Prasiddhi Virode Nighandu Prasid Lakshana Neya. In case something says something different, like Nighandu, then Nighandu should be explained properly in consistence with what the Vedas say. Okay, so I guess that's enough for, Mantreshu Karvani. Then says Anandagiri, Mantreshu Karmani Antarbhavanti Tatra Shrutyantar Anumatim Kathayati. So Mantreshu Karmani is what this passage in Chandogya said, but the same thing is also stated in Andashruti in the Mundakopanishad. Bhashyakara says, Mantreshu Karmani Kavayo Yanya Pashyan Iti Cha Atharvane. Mantreshu karmani kavaya yani karmani kavaya apashyan. So kavaya, the rishis, apashyan they saw. Karmani rituals, mantreshu in the mantras. So there also the rituals have their source in mantra. Meaning that when the sages saw the mantras, they saw the rituals also in them. So rituals that the sages, Vasishtha and others saw in the mantra. That also is an evidence that the rituals have their source in mantra. And so concluding Bhashyakara says, Tasmad yuktam mantreshu karmanyekam bhavanti de. So mantreshu karmani ekam bhavanti, what the Upanishad says is quite proper. Tathapi katham sankalpasya bhuyastvam iti ashankya. All right. So still, so then the whole series is said here, as to how sankalpa manaso bhuyan. Then the whole process describes yatha sankalpayate atha manasyati. So when one wills, then one has a desire to do something. Atha vacham irayati. Suppose the desire is, may I recite the mantras, then impels the speech or the organ of speech. Tamu nam nirayati. Speech is further impaired for the utterance of nama. which further is impelled to utter the particular mantras. So namni mantra ekam bhavanti and mantreshu karmani ekam bhavanti. So therefore all karmas get included in mantras, all mantras get included in nama, all nama gets included in the speech, and the speech gets included in manasyana, and manasyana gets included in the sankalpa. So everything gets included in sankalpa. That's why sankalpa is greater than all of this. Of course, in ritual then comes the phala, and that comes the loka, and comes the whole universe. So in sankalpa the whole universe is contained. In all of them the whole universe is contained. In manasyana, manas also. In nama also. All the knowledge that you have, says Narada, is nothing but nama. So nama stands for all that knowledge. And knowledge, so nama and the rupa, the knowledge and the corresponding concept go together. The concept and corresponding object go together. So the rupa is not independent of nama. So Vedas contain all nama. And the universe is rupa. So from the nama, the rupa is created. So whole universe has its origin in the Vedas. That's how they say. Therefore, yo brahmanam vedadhati purvam, yo vai vedamscha prahinoti tasmai, one who brings forth the Brahmaji and imparts the knowledge of Vedas to Brahma. Then with that knowledge, Brahma creates. So that knowledge gets transformed into the universe. So knowledge itself, that's why Swami would say that this is nothing but manifestation of knowledge. The universe that we see in front of us is nothing but the jnana. Because in any case, all creation is always preceded by knowledge. When you want to create anything, whether an artist creates something, a carpenter creates something, or a laborer creates something, anybody who creates, first, what is to be created is in the form of the thought. And thought originates from the knowledge. But if that person did not have knowledge, that thought would not have come, he could not have created. So when you say, oh, let me make a sweater, for Swamiji. Now who will think of, only one who knows how to, knit the sweater. That thought will never come to me, that let me knit sweater for somebody, because that knowledge is not there. So knowledge will give rise to particular desires, which give rise to particular action, which give rise to particular creation. So that's how ultimately knowledge alone is everything. The idea is that all of the differences can be resolved into something which is non-different. That's the whole idea. The differences cause all problems in our life. One thing is different from the other. That's what causes problem, because then one thing becomes likable, other is not likable. Then ragadveshas are there, and all my vyavahara is also prompted by ragadveshas. So all along the attempt on the part of scriptures is how to reduce the particular into universal. Vishesha into samanya and mahasamanya. And mahasamanya, these all reducing Vishesha into Samanya. And mahasamanya is Brahman or is self. So helping us to resolve. And if you can resolve during our day-to-day activity, then you know where you are coming from. You are not coming from difference, you are coming from something that is connected. So, Todo mat jodo, that advertise, that commercial, on the TV these days. And so, this fellow's soul of the boot, has come out. And so, the opponent fellow, India and Pakistan. So, Indian fellow brings out some tube of adhesive and applies there, and then soul sticks. By Todo nahi jodo. That's a sutra. In life, Todo nahi jodo. But jodo, how can you connect? When you find something common. So jodna, that to tie up together when there is something common, that's when we can connect ourselves. So connect yourself. and connect yourself to all people like you, and then little greater thing, then human beings, and then living beings, and then existing beings, and then Brahman. So all of this is nothing but the prakriya, the process of going from particular to the universal, from the differences or duality to non-duality. Then question is asked, Tathapi katham sankalpasya bhuyastvameti. All right, mantreshu karmani and all of these ultimately get included in sankalpa. Tathapi means what? In what way does it mean that sankalpa is greater? It's very obvious, but still the question is asked. Suppose all of these get included in sankalpa, so what? How does that make sankalpa greater than the manas? So, tani iti. Or as the other tika says, na kevalam sankalpasya karanatva matram. Sankalpa is the cause for manaha, cause for vivaksha, cause for the vak, cause for the words, cause for the mantra, and then the ritual, and then the result, etc., etc. So, na kevalam sankalpasya, so that passage describes sankalpa as nimitta karanam for everything. Abhi upadanatvam api. Not only sankalpa is nimittam, is even the upadanam. The upadanam also comes there itself, in fact. But greater than this is karanam. But being included is upadanam. You see, the karya becomes eki bhavati. Karya becomes included in the material cause. The nimitta karanam is merely the cause, but upadana karanam is the self. So, apitu upadana. So, not only sankalpa is a nimitta karanam for everything, sankalpa also is a upadana karanam. Also, ataha manasopi antaram sukshmam rupam. So, sankalpa is not only the cause, sankalpa is not which prompts the manas or desire to do something, but sankalpa is upadanam of the manas. Like clay is the upadanam for the pot. So clay is the atma of the pot, clay is subtler than the pot. So being upadana. So cause is subtler than the effect, and the upadana, material cause, is of course subtler than its effect. So even nimitta karanam also is superior to what is impelled. In upadana karanam is superior because it is subtler. So one is superior, other is subtler. So as nimitta karanam, it is superior to the effect. As upadana karanam, it is subtler than the effect. Both ways it is the better. Ataha manasopi antaram. So upadana karanam, material cause is inside, within the effect. The clay is within the pot, you can say, subtler than the pot, more pervasive than the pot, self of the pot. Manasopi antaram sukshmam rupam pratyagatmana sannihitam sankalpa heti. So subtler something is, closer to the self it is. Self pratyagatma is subtler than the subtlest. Sukshmat sukshmataram. So self is sukshmat sukshmataram, subtler than the subtlest. So subtler a thing is, closer it is to Atma. So therefore, sankalpa is sukshmataram, subtler than the manaha. Therefore, it is closer to the Atma than manas is to, than manas is to Atma. So antaram sukshma pratyagatmana sannihitam sankalpaha iti vaktam. Taniha. So next passage is Taniha va etani sankalpaikayanani sankalpatmakani sankalpe pratisthitani समक्लिपतां द्यावा पृथिवी समकल्पेतां वायुश्चाकाशं च समकल्पतामापश्च तेजश्च तेजां संक्लिप्त्यै वर्षं संकल्पते वर्षस्य संक्लिप्त्यै अन्नं संकल्पते अन्नस्य संक्लिप्त्यै प्राणाः संकल्पन्ते प्राणानां संक्लिप्त्यै मंत्राः संकल्पन्ते मंत्राणां संक्लिप्त्यै कर्माणि संकल्पन्ते कर्मणां संक्लिप्त्यै लोकः संकल्पते लोकस्य संक्लिप्त्यै सर्वं संकल्पते स एष संकल्पः संकल्पम् उपास्वेति. So what is the reach of sankalpa? Where does sankalpa pervade? Tani hava etani sankalpa eka ayanani. All these mind, all of these, So manaha, then nam, the vak, then nama, then all the scriptures, all of these are sankalpa eka ayanani. All of them merge into sankalpa. At the time of merger, they become one with sankalpa. Sankalpatmakani, while they are so, origination, sustenance and dissolution. In dissolution or the merger, pralaya, they become one with sankalpa. While they are existing, sankalpatmakani, sankalpa is their atma, they are never apart from sankalpa while existing. Then the pot merges into clay. Pot has atma in clay, therefore, while existing also, pot is never away from the clay. Sankalpe pratisthitani. And then, or sankalpatmakani, they originate from sankalpa. Sankalpa pratisthitani, they have pratishtha or substance in sankalpa. So this is one section as to how sankalpa is the material cause of everything. So upadana. This definition applies to upadana. That something merges into something, something exists because of something, something originates from something. Then, like the pot originates from clay, has sustenance in clay, merges back into clay, so that's the definition of upadana karanam. Here also sankalpa, all of these merge into sankalpa, they originate from sankalpa and they have existence in sankalpa. So sankalpa is the upadana karanam for everything following from manas and vak and nama. That's one thing. Then samaklupatam, then again how sankalpa pervades, how sankalpa is everywhere. You can see sankalpa in the whole nature. Samaklupatam dyava prithvi. Dyava prithvi is heaven and the earth. They resolved, they did the sankalpa. What sankalpa they did? That we will be like this. So Prithvi says, I will be like this. So we find Prithvi consistently like that. Heaven said, I'll be like this. Heaven is consistently like that. The fact that they consistently so shows the resolve on their part to be so, otherwise one will not be. See, you will be consistent only when there is resolve to do that. Consistently Ekadashi you do, consistently Pradosham you do, consistently Puja you do. That shows the resolve on your part that I'm going to do this. It is a resolve that brings about consistency in something. So Prithvi conducts herself, behaves in a consistent manner because Prithvi has resolved to be so. And heaven also is in consistent manner, shows its characteristics, so heaven also is resolved to be so and so. So we find that there are nischalatvam, that in fact they are unswerving in their nature. That unswerving nature of these things shows that it is because of the resolve to be so and so, although everything has a freedom to change. So you can today go this way and that, you can keep doing things differently. But when you do something consistently, for example, our uncle used to say, look, this fellow was a manager of a textile mill. And if you want, they used to set that clocks according to this fellow. When he passes from here, it is 10:30 in the morning. That's what it is. So if this big clock in the town, if it has stopped, they will set 10:30 because he is passing through. So consistent the person was. He must have resolved that I must be consistent in my timing. Otherwise it doesn't happen. Otherwise 10:30 today, 10:25 tomorrow, 10:35 tomorrow, day after tomorrow. Because you don't have the resolve that I must be on time. I must be on. Some people are just, fanatic about that. I must be on time. I shouldn't say fanatic, but very much resolve. Tremendous value for being punctual. And of course, it's a very important thing, but the thing is, so when you find somebody consistently like that, that's a sankalpa. So that Prithvi and heaven are like this, consistently shows a sankalpa to be so. Samakalpetam vayuscha akashamcha. The vayu is what it is, akasha is what it is, means that shows their sankalpa or resolve to be like that. Although everybody has freedom to change or be different, but they don't exercise that freedom because of resolve. Sankalpa is there that we will be like this. Samakalpantam, apascha, tejas, it's all five elements basically. Prithvi, Vayu, Akasham, Apaha water, Teja fire, they also did sankalpa because of which what they are. So we find that these five elements display consistent nature, consistent behavior. What is always water and fire, always fire, etc., that shows sankalpa in them. So there's another thing. So that second importance or the glory of sankalpa. Then tesham sankalpyai varsham sankalpate. How sankalpa then follows through and through. So when these five elements have resolved to be what they are, therefore the rains come, otherwise rain would not come. If the five elements conduct themselves in a particular manner, then only the water is evaporated, clouds are formed, the wind carries them away or brings them, and then the rain happens. So that rain happens is a result of the sankalpa of these five elements. The rain also must have done sankalpa. So varshasya sankluptyai annam sankalpate. The rain also must have resolved to be such and such. Therefore, the food is created, otherwise it would not be created. If rain did not have the nature that it has, it would not have given rise to annam. So, sankalpa of the five elements gets reflected in sankalpa of the rain, which gets reflected in sankalpa of annam. Anna sankalpti prana sankalpante. Sankalpa of the anna gets reflected in the prana. Because pranas, they have their source in only anna food. The strength is there and the vitality is there when you eat the food. Prana, mantra sankalpante. For reciting mantra, you must have the vigor of prana. If if you have problem with the lungs, etc., then you cannot recite. You recite two sentences and then you get breathless. So for the Brahmanas to recite these mantras for great length of time, that's why the prana upasana was very important for them, because you require the strength of the prana, the vitality, to be able to recite. The speech gets the strength from the prana. Mantranam sankalptyai. So prana, mantra sankalpante. Then from the sankalpa of the mantras gets reflected in the karma ritual, because mantras are origin. of the ritual, is the origin of the ritual. So the sankalpa mantras is reflected in the ritual. Then karmanam sankalpti, loka sanga, the rituals by what they are. Ritual being karma must necessarily give rise to karma phala. That is its sankalpa. So karma phala is there, which is this world. This world is looked upon as the karma phala, as the effect of the cumulative effect of the karmas performed by all human beings. That's the universe around us. Lokasya sankalpte sarvam sankalpate. When the worlds are there, all the beings are there. So that's how sankalpa flows through and through. So sankalpa is the material cause. Sankalpa is what makes things what they are. And sankalpa follows through and through into the whole universe. Esha sa esha sankalpa. So this is stuti of sankalpa for meditation. How great sankalpa is, what glory sankalpa has. Sa esha sankalpa. Hey Narada, this is what sankalpa is. Sankalpam upasveti. Therefore we meditate upon sankalpa as Brahman. That's how the glory of sankalpa is sung here in this passage. Okay, we'll see. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeri Murti Bheda Vibhagine Tadehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.